How's it going, folks, and welcome back to the Arsenal Let's Play. Today is episode number 3. Today, away games against Manchester United and Liverpool. But before all of that, the lights behind me, they're orange, and they're orange because it's the Europa League draw. Of course, cup draws, newly revamped for the European competitions, which are now licensed in Football Manager. As a result of that, we get all these lovely new graphics for the Europa League. Of course, we are going to be in pot 1 as a top-seeded team. In pot 2, you can see the teams. In pot 3, you can see the teams. And in pot 4, you can see the teams. We are going to go on to start draw. And do I sit here and watch the whole thing? I'm not sure. We'll wait and see our names come out, and then perhaps we'll go forward to each team coming out into our group, whatever group we are going to be in. And in Group A, Rangers are the first team drawn. Of course, it doesn't really matter what group we're put in here. As long as our name comes out the pot and they've put the right names in, I won't complain too much. Is there a way to make this a bit quicker? I guess it's like real life. In real life, they do these cup draws really slowly, don't they? Like the visitors, they have all this really awkward banter and they like discuss stuff, and everyone's just sat one in the draw to happen. That's how I feel right now. Right, Group C. I mean, if we come out in Group H, that is going to be we're going to be here a while. Let's hope that doesn't happen. Group C, please pull our name out for the love of God. Okay, we've come out in Group C. That's good. I'm now going to put this in advanced next team. Who is going to come out of the pot? We have Olympiacos, Feyenoord, PSV, Real Sociedad would be an interesting team to draw. We've been drawn in a group with PSV Eindhoven. Okay, Real Betis are going to be joining ourselves, PSV, and, well, whoever team number 4 is. And that team number 4 is going to be, drumroll please, it could be anyone. Could be any of these teams down here. Who is going to be playing with us? It's going to be Fenerbahce. So there is our group. It's not a terrible group. It's not an easy group necessarily. I feel like Fenerbahce, PSV, and Real Betis, all teams who can put up a pretty good fight. Yeah, I don't know if I'm happy about that or not. I was hoping for a few slightly easier teams. So hello everyone, it is now tomorrow in game. It's the same day as the previous bit in real life. Today we've got Manchester United, we've then got, I think, Aston Villa and then Liverpool. But before we talk about those games, we should probably talk about the games that have happened since you were last here. Of course, last episode, a 4-3 win against Southampton. Back-to-back clean sheets, back-to-back wins to follow. The first against Nottingham Forest. And I'll tell you what, in this game, Gabriel Jesus continues his great start to the season. He slots in the bottom corner for goal number 1. Jesus now, I think with 4 or 3 goals in the first 3 or 4 games of the season, he's been in red-hot form, averaging more than a goal a game. Saka then chipped in with another goal right before half-time. Into the second half, Nottingham Forest did actually push further forward and try and create more. In the end, they gave away a penalty as we caught them on the break. El Neni was the man to score it. With that, we won 3-0. And the only other game played since we were last here against Brentford. At half-time in this game, I brought on Odegaard and Saka. They linked up and scored 2 minutes later. A game where I felt like I could afford to rotate things around a little bit. You might notice Thomas Partey at left-back. I accidentally started him there. He was meant to be where Zinchenko was. I did fix that promptly. I've just realised my error has been exposed to the world. Let's leave this screen. Now, of course, transfer deadline day is right around the corner, to be honest. It's on the 1st of September, but with this being the first transfer window, there tends to be a lot less transfer action going on. Teams have spent all their money in real life and such. In Football Manager, they don't have the budgets to go out and sign more players. With that in mind, our full focus today is on Manchester United and Liverpool. No disrespect to Aston Villa fans, but Aston Villa, it's just not quite as sexy a game. So just looking at our squad for this game against Manchester United, I am going to change things up a little bit, I think, to start things here. We're going to start with a slightly more defensive shape and play a 4-3-3. I have kind of made a plan B and C tactic as of now, just to try and see out games a little bit more. This is one such system that just hopefully sees us be a bit more compact and defensive at the back. We're not going to be pressing quite as high, instead inviting teams onto us, hopefully getting their defensive line higher up the pitch, then looking for balls over the top to our pacey players in the wide areas. I feel like this probably suits us quite well against Manchester United, and of course it suits the personnel that we have to the point where if I did want to go more attacking, if I did want to go to the 4-2-3-1, we can absolutely do that. Just in terms of team news, Tomiyasu had a little bit of a knock. He actually missed last game because of that. He has not needed to take a fitness test for this game, but we should perhaps monitor it slightly. Elsewhere, Diakaibi has picked up an injury. You can see here, no fitness test required, but probably not a player who'd be starting anyway if possible, we'll avoid playing him. And elsewhere, Matt Turner, our backup goalkeeper, he's also had a little knock. Lots of injuries racking up, nothing too serious. Of course, if Matt Turner and Ramsdale get injured at the same time, our third choice goalkeeper is Carl Jacob Hien, who I'll be honest, I don't want to have to play. Good news for us, though, is we do have a fully fit team for this match. We rested players up against Brentford, rotated things around, and well, I think I'm ready for this game. Let's do this. Manchester United away. I don't know why I decided this was a good time to come back. Looking at their team, they've got Anthony now. They've got Sancho. They've got that bloke Cristiano Ronaldo, who's always very, very good in Football Manager. As for our own team, slightly less star-studded, but a good young side that's had a good start to the season. We are unbeaten in 3. Manchester United also unbeaten in 3, though. I'm hoping that with us playing Xhaka as a defensive midfielder in the middle, that's going to help to nullify Bruno Fernandes a little bit. Of course, he is going to be that creative force in their team by having a man shielding our back four sat directly in front of them, hoping we'll be able to cut off his supply. I was going to say the early signs are good, but then immediately we have a corner that we have to deal with. The ball is headed away, but only as far as Jadon Sancho. His ball into the box is going to be blocked away. It loops up in the air. Anthony now has it and gives it back to Diego Dallo. Martinelli gets the ball back well, and now we're going to look to counter. With this 4-3-3, as I said, we don't quite press as high up the pitch. We are sitting a little further off teams than we would ordinarily. I think it's a little bit more tricky to press, I suppose, without the centre attacking mid. And with that in mind, I think just inviting teams forward, trying to create space in behind to maybe get crosses and balls over the top into is the play. I was hoping that Tomiyasu might be able to just try and be a bit direct with his play. Instead, he gets caught out in possession. But Manchester United going long, giving away the ball, and now Martinelli gives it to Gabriel Jesus. And, well, he's got his first goal of the game. It's another goal for him if it's going to be given. VAR is going to check it. 15 minutes played here at Old Trafford. The goal is going to stand. And I'll tell you what, he's had a very, very good start to the season. And that good start continues. Keeper goes down to his right. The strike hits sweetly into the top corner. And with that, we take the lead. I said I wasn't sure about his goal scoring going into that game. It was 3 goals in 3. It's now 4 goals in 4. So far in this match, we are having 59% of the ball. Despite the fact this is a more conservative system, you can see we are looking to play out from the back still. We are playing a little bit more direct and a little higher tempo when we do get the ball. But regardless of that, right now, 56% of the ball at Old Trafford is something that we should scream and shout about. We are dominating this game nicely. But of course, dominating the game statistically doesn't mean a great deal. You need to make goals happen whilst you're on top. And not do what Aaron Ramsdale's just done there. He goes down to his left. Sancho has absolutely baby-legged that effort. It's a P-roller across the ground. And Ramsdale, who I think in episode 1 I said, we're going to get him on the plane for England. I'm not sure he should be on the plane for England with a save like that. Tomiyasu caught out in possession. And Ramsdale, I mean, the animation of him going down and then kind of just looking a bit dejected as the ball goes past him, it looked quite nice, the new animations. Just a shame it was for a goal for United with their first shot of the game. Throw in now for Manchester United on this near side. We were dominating the game. They've scored. Now we've got to kind of reorientate ourselves. We can't let this kind of step back impact us. And, well, this step back has impacted us. It's 2-1. If they had 2 shots, they've had a few more than 2 shots, to be fair. But Manchester United taking the chances that have come their way. We've had 1 setback. Now a second one's come along, and suddenly, in a game that we were looking comfortable in, that I was feeling pretty confident about, we found ourselves in this slightly suboptimal position of being a goal down. 7 minutes left of the half. I feel like we're not playing that badly. Their goals have come somewhat against the run of play. That said, we've kind of lost the grip on the game that we had. Can we seize it back here, though? It's Gabriel with the ball, giving it to Tierney. Players in the middle lining up. Can we get the ball in there? We can. Varane heads it away, but Saka going to be quick enough to keep that ball alive and in play. Zinchenko with it. Tomiyasu on the overlap. Gives it inside to Saka, who goes down in a heap. I mean, I'm going to be honest. It looked like a clean tackle for Varane, but definite penalty. Definite penalty. VAR sorts this out. Andre Mariner is going to consult VAR. The penalty's awarded. Always rated VAR. And now it's going to be Gabriel Jesus, or Jesus, as I think I meant to say it. He's stepping up for the penalty. Can he score again? Of course he can. 5 goals in 4 games. This man is on fire. And well, with that, we are back in this game right before halftime. That makes my halftime team talk easier. Going into this game, I probably would have taken a 2-2 draw, certainly a draw. Having had 2 clean sheets in a row, I was hoping we would be good defensively. Safe to say that's not really been the case so far in this match, but I'm going to tell the players I'm happy. That said, I don't want them getting complacent. Going to shout some words of encouragement. Green, happy, smiley faces. I'm a little bit concerned about Saka's performance in this game. I'm going to make an early sub, and I'm going to bring in Emil Smith-Rowe to play out on that right-hand side. Elsewhere, Zinchenko on a booking is a bit concerning. Let's get in Thomas Partey for him. Get some fresh legs into our team. Replace the players who haven't quite shown up in this one. I have a sneaking suspicion there is more twists and turns to come in this match. Maybe starting here. Anthony turns his man, slots it away. Ramsdale turns it around the post. Stays 2-2. An hour played in this game right now. Martinelli having a real standout performance on a 7.8. Gabriel Jesus also on a 7.7, doing his thing. That said, this game remains in the balance, and that header just over the bar. In this half, Manchester United have been the stronger side. What I will say is Fernandes is currently on a 6.5, so clearly we are keeping their main creative outlet quiet. But these set pieces, these corners, they are starting to add up. Manchester United with plenty of men committed to this attack. And whilst we've weathered the initial set piece, there is more danger here. The ball was dinked to Sancho. He's gone down in a heap. Tomiyasu could be the guilty party here. We're going to get a verdict from VAR. Guilty or not guilty? You are the dingus, Tomiyasu. He gives away the penalty, and with it, a chance for Manchester United to take the lead in this game for a second time. Bruno Fernandes, or Bruno Penandes as he's known, steps up, scores it, 3-2. I can't even be annoyed because we've scored a penalty already in this game. So with us being a goal down, we've got to go more attacking, and I think we're going to go to our regular kind of attacking system at this moment in time. Odegaard not having the best of games. I'm going to bring in Fabio Vieira. Elsewhere, I'm going to bring in Andreas out on the left-hand side, I think, with our 4th sub. Besides that, though, we are not going to change too much more. Of course, in going more attacking, we're going to leave ourselves open, but at this point, we have to chase. 15 minutes left, still 3-2. It's been an even game. Manchester United have grown into it, whereas we've struggled that little bit more. And suddenly, with 10 minutes left, you know what? I think it's time to dust off this. The 4-2-4? Would you call it a 4-2-4 or 4-2-2? I'll let you guys be the judge. Either way, we're going to commit men forward to the attack. I'm going to have Fabio Vieira play on the right and Emil Smith-Rowe play on the left. We're then going to have Andreas come into the attacking area of the pitch, and I think he will play actually as the advanced forward, with Gabriel Jesus as the complete forward. We're getting some big... well, I was going to say some big players forward. We're not really getting big players forward. It's not like we've got big target men to bring on. Pele's not on the bench today, but we've got extra attackers to hopefully have an option in the box. And Andreas, I thought, was going to arrive there and score right on cue. 5 minutes left. One last shout of demand more. A throw-in on the far side. Manchester United on the back foot. Andreas with the ball. Gives it to Fabio Vieira, who finds the back of the net. VAR is going to check this. This could be an equaliser with just 3 minutes left. And I'll tell you what, I think we probably deserve it on the balance of play. But is he going to stand? Yes, it is. A few of the subs are linking up there. Partey with the ball in. Andreas turns, lays it off to Fabio Vieira, who is unmarked, who puts it away. Now I have the dilemma of, do I go back to the more defensive system, or do we stay like this? And you know what? I'm going to stay like this for the next 3 minutes. I want to go for the win. I might regret it. I might have got carried away. Cristiano Ronaldo's got the ball. He hits it. What is Ramsdale doing? We've got it away from danger. Everything's fine. I'm calm. Blow the whistle, referee. Thank you. It's over. 3-3. Not a calm game. Much like the Southampton game. Couldn't afford to breathe at the end. There was lots going on to the very death. Ramsdale has not impressed me so far, and particularly in this game, he looked a bit bad. Apparently, we've been fined for our ill discipline in that game. I don't consider that ill discipline. That is passion, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, good result for us. Apparently, that result sends us top. So shout out to Gabriel Jesus, who continues his goal-scoring form. 5 goals in 4, 7.3 rating, feels really low for that goal-scoring return, but he is looking in fine form. Look at that league table. Ignore the fact that Wolves have got a game in hand. We're going to win the league. Also, currently ahead of Haaland in the top goal scorers. So, yeah, everything's going amazing. Now, of course, I say all of that. We've still got Liverpool to play in just 6 days' time. Between now and then, we do also take on Villa at home, a game that we should win, although I am going to have to rotate things around. When we return, the transfer window will have closed. Liverpool will be our next opponents. Don't go anywhere. Okay, folks, we are back for the game against Liverpool. I wish I could sit here now and spring a deadline day surprise on you. Nothing happened on deadline day. In fact, we just have no money to spend is kind of the issue. Transfer budget remaining of less than £1 million. Our wage budget, we are just £3,000 within. And yeah, to be frank, if I want to make any moves in January, we are probably going to have to move some players on. The good other silver lining, I suppose, to the lack of transfers is the fact that in the game against Villa, we did manage to win a 2-0 win in this match. Emil Smith-Rowe played great, Vieira played great, and all in all, a good performance. Diakabi also picked up his first goal for the club from a header, and yeah, we got 3 points. So with the league table looking a little something like this, we currently sit in second, 3 points behind Manchester City. Today we take on another unbeaten team in Liverpool. They have won 3, they have drawn 2, they have lost none. And well, at home, they've been rather good so far. So as we head into this game at Anfield, it'd be safe to say I'm not feeling super optimistic. I am just wondering here about Tierney's lack of fitness. Of course, the fixture schedule is rather intense. With that in mind, I'm going to bring Partey into the team to play as a centre mid on support. Zinchenko is going to slot in at left back, which he can do no problem whatsoever. Besides that, though, with the little bit of rotation we did against Aston Villa, I think we're actually in a good spot where we can play this team today. I guess the only last question to maybe ask myself is, do I want to go to kind of the more defensive system like we did against Manchester United? And you know what? It worked pretty well last time. I'm going to do it again here. Okay, so getting into this game, Liverpool playing a 4-3-3, Jota on the left, Salah on the right, Núñez up top. How good is Darwin Núñez this year? I've not actually looked at him yet. He's not too bad, is he? Okay, let's get into this game. I feel like Liverpool perhaps slightly more quality than Manchester United, at least in Football Manager, for us to try and contain that guy, Mo Salah. He's quite good. Ramsdale to the rescue early on. Hoping that's not a sign of things to come. 20 minutes played here. At the moment, we're having 60% of the ball. We're having plenty of possession. Of course, you've got to do stuff with that. As things stand, as we are now halfway through the half, neither team has had a shot on target. It's not been a classic. Zinchenko on a booking is going to have to be a little bit careful, and while he's in possession here, having taken the free kick, you can see we're trying to pass it around the back, we're trying to work it around the back. Liverpool are pressing high up the pitch. That said, we are now in a position to maybe create something. I say that as Partey plays a rather ambitious ball to Gabriel Jesus that doesn't work out. But we do wrestle the ball back rather promptly, and of course we have been dominating the ball in this game, but it feels like every time we're trying to make a progressive pass up the pitch, we're turning it over. And of course, you've got to have the ball in dangerous areas. You can't just have a load of possession in your own half, which feels like it might be what's happened so far, as Liverpool are kind of showing when you get into the opposition half, it's about what you do with it there. Naby Keita nearly scored. Ramsdale with another big stop. Still a corner for us to deal with here, though. Andy Robertson whipping it back post, and Konate, free header, back post, makes it 1-0 Liverpool. And it's a set piece. We've not been exactly amazing in this game so far. We've not really had any highlights. Liverpool have been on top despite their lack of the ball. And, well, it's just disappointing, isn't it, to have the breakthrough come via a set piece. As things stand in this game, we are getting bullied. 5 minutes to half time. I'm going to get a shout to demand more going. I think in the second half, I'm going to go to the 4-2-3-1. Liverpool are playing without a centre attacking mid, and with that in mind, maybe Xhaka's presence at defensive mid is slightly less important. And I guess the only crumb of comfort I have right now is, at the break, it is only 1-0. I'm going to tell the players they've been terrible so far. They've reacted well to that. I'm also going to change up our tactics. We're going to go to the system that I would ordinarily play, which is the 4-2-3-1. Zinchenko on a booking is a tad concerning. I'm going to take him off and play things safe and bring in Tierney. I don't think I want to have Zinchenko on a booking taking on Mo Salah for an entire half. Okay, once I've made tactics changed, let's see if we can turn around our fortunes. You can see, just looking at the momentum, after a good start, Liverpool vastly on top in this game. And unfortunately, this second half isn't going much better for us. Let's just up the tempo a little bit. I don't want to change our shape and go to the 4-2-4 just yet. But instead, let's just try and get the ball forward quicker as well. Our defensive ability might be called into question here. Darwin Núñez goes down, and it's Granit Xhaka. I mean, you can't say the game's not realistic. Xhaka, just with a brain-dead moment on a football pitch, he's gone through the back of the defender. VAR's checking it. VAR's given the penalty. Liverpool with a chance to double their lead in this game. And Xhaka picks up a yellow card. Water is wet. Mo Salah scores. And it is now 2-0 Liverpool, only 10 minutes into the second half. Of course, Granit Xhaka in real life is actually playing really well at the moment under Arteta, but he has these moments of madness in him. We've witnessed one there, and you know what? There is, 25 minutes left here? This might be dumb. This might backfire completely. I kind of fancy just going to our more attacking system, bringing on a load of fresh faces, and just seeing if we can turn around this game. I'm going to make similar changes to the ones that we made against Manchester United. Vieira on the right, Smith Rowe on the left. Andreas is going to come in and play as the advanced forward. I have also got one sub. Partey, frustrated and in danger of being bucked. Let's bring in El Neni. I've made all our subs. This very much is a gung-ho, Hail Mary of a play that probably is not going to work out and we're going to concede another, but at least you can't say I didn't try to win the game. Free kick for Liverpool. Is it Trent over the ball? No, it's Fabio Carvalho. What can he do? He hits it from range, and I'll tell you what, that was not far wide of the post. Tierney's picked up a knock. It could be a twisted knee. I'm going to ignore it. If I ignore the injury, it might go away. Although Tierney, being a very, very injury-prone player, jumping for headers like that with a potentially twisted knee, probably not doing him a whole lot of good. Hopefully it's not a serious injury. It's the kind of one where if I maybe had that extra sub, I would take him off. But I want to believe that if we get one back, we could still get another back. There is, 8 minutes left here. We've got plenty of players thrown forward. We're trying to press from the back, forcing Liverpool to go long. But to be fair, despite forcing them to go long, it's not really been an issue for them. They've been scoring fairly freely in this game, albeit via a penalty and a corner. We've not created nearly enough in this game. This has been the first match all season where I feel like creativity-wise, we've lacked. Darwin Núñez is through. He's hit the woodwork. It's going to go out for a goal kick. Get me out of Anfield. I just want to leave. Okay, 5 minutes left here. Liverpool have actually taken off one of their players that's got injured in Darwin Núñez. We've not done the same for Tierney. I just don't care about him in the same way that apparently Klopp cares about his players. I think the XG story tells you all you need to know. We didn't create a whole lot. Liverpool didn't create that much either, really, in the second half, besides their penalty. But at the end of the day, if you only have one shot on target, you're going to struggle to score. And if you don't score, you're never going to win a football match. Unless it's a knockout game and it goes to penalties, I suppose. Going to tell the players I'm far from pleased. First defeat as Arsenal manager at Anfield. I suppose it's not the worst place in the world if you're going to lose a game to go ahead and lose it. But that said, it does provide a little bit of a setback for us. And well, now we have to prepare for our European campaign. Tierney's out for 5 to 6 days, so not too serious, thankfully. Odegaard reveals my fury. I wish he wouldn't leak what I say to the players in the changing room publicly. I'm not happy with that result. We have to do better next time. And while speaking of next time, of course, we've got the Europa League on the horizon. I want to believe we'll be able to make it through our group relatively, well, scare-free. Whether or not that actually is the way things play out remains to be seen. I'm looking ahead to our upcoming games. We do play Man City in mid-October. October is a month full of fixtures. We also have Tottenham on the horizon as well. If we're struggling in our Europa League group, it might not be a very fun month for us. So unfortunately today, a little bit of a mixed bag. The draw against Manchester United, I think we'd probably take. I think we were maybe a little bit unfortunate in that game. The one against Liverpool, we just didn't really show up, did we? Hopefully next time out we can do a bit better. Manchester City coming up hot. Hopefully you're excited for that one. Hopefully I see you guys next time. And until then, take it easy. It is me, Jack. I'll see you on the next one. I'm out.